It's all good, I guess. I didn't see anything bad.
I'm glad there was nothing bad on there.
We're looking forward to some stellar soccer, so let's get the show on the road. Let's meet today's starting lineups for this Northern Ohio Soccer League matchup. First, starters for FC, DONAU, MANSFIELD. Number 1, Christian D. Number 2, Zach Corso. 4, Will Allison. 5, Chris Bigelow. 7, Alex Deppert. 8, Teddy Tagliati. 9, Isaiah Jones. 10, Jacob Deaver. 12, Gavin Huggins. 18, Gage Johnson. And 19, Maze Gunderson. Now, who's the starters for Delaware Rising? In the 6, you have number 1, Connor Sexton. 5, Rylan Owen. 6, Alex Brown. 7, Jeremy Hermiller. 8, Evan Scott. 15, Cooper Sullivan. 16, Ryan Miller. 22, Eddie Conrad. 24, Landon Kuhn. 27, Asher Bernstein. 42, Mason Morris. The RFC is managed by Chris Stoll and Joshua Deal. Now that we've got that all taken care of, let's watch some soccer. Please direct your attention to the center of the field so our officiating crew can get our match underway.
Good evening, fans. Thank you for tuning in this evening for this Northern Ohio Soccer League matchup between Delaware Rising FC and FC DONAU Mansfield.
Yeah, you can either hit the switch that says clock start, or you can just hit start on the board. So.
So just a couple moments away from the start of the match. Delaware Rising coming into the match today, having won their last game, which was on Saturday against Stark County United. They came away with a 4-0 victory that puts them squarely in 5th place in Northern Ohio Soccer League standings. A win today, a win or a draw today, could jump them all the way up to 3rd place. A win would put them more comfortably in 3rd place, whereas a tie would give them the lead on goal differential. But we're hoping for a win, take out the guesswork. So everyone is getting lined up. Referee checks his watch, signals to his assistant referees, make sure everyone's ready. And we are off and running. Delaware Rising takes the opening kickoff. Starting lineup this evening for Delaware Rising. In goal, number 1, Connor Sexton, getting the start again after recording a clean sheet on Saturday against Stark County United. As I mentioned earlier, the Delaware Rising came away with a 4-0 victory. Starting on defense, you have number 5, Ryland Owens, number 6, Alex Brown, number 15, Cooper Solomon, and number 22, Eddie Conrad. In the midfield, you have number 8, Evan Scott, number 16, Ryan Miller, number 24, Landon Kuhn, and you have Asher Bridenstine, Mason Morris, and Jeremy Hermiller also getting the start this evening. Good defensive play there by Ryland Owens to clear the danger of that situation, as Mansfield will restart things on a throw-in. A couple guys there in the near corner trying to find some open space to have a shot. Shot is taken, but it's blocked by a Delaware defender, as Mason Morris will get to that one and clear it up. Ball comes out to Kuhn. Kuhn will play it up to Hermiller. Delaware will lose possession for the moment, and then quickly get it back. Ball played forward. Jeremy Hermiller in chase. He has it. Looking for some help. He takes a left-footed shot, which finds its way to the keeper, but not with a whole lot of power. And Mansfield will restart things. Number 10 will switch the play all the way to the far side. But he will play back into his defense, try and set up an attack coming out of the back. As now Mansfield will come up with some open spaces. Connor Sexton comes up to challenge the ball carrier. He'll clean that one up. Turn things around for Delaware Rising. Bridenstine has the ball. Passes it out to Kuhn. Kuhn will send it all the way back to Sexton in goal. Sexton clears it up to Conrad. A little bit of back and forth between the Delaware midfield and the defense as they try and find some open space for an attack. As Jeremy Hermiller will give chase on the near sideline. Good move there to find some space. Crosses it into the middle on the ground, but the DONAU defender will be there to clear it out and send it up into the midfield. Kuhn giving chase for Delaware. Manages to get a foot to it and sends it back to Ryland Owens, who will return the ball right back to him. Bridenstine will pass it over to Evan Miller as Delaware tries to find some attacking space. Mason Morris has it. He passes it forward up to Jeremy Hermiller, but Hermiller, flanked by a couple of defenders, gets shoved off the ball a little bit as Mansfield will try and push their way upfield now. Ball passed through the Delaware defense. Ryland Owens gives chase, ultimately gets to it and passes it back to Sexton, who will pass it back to Owens. They were a little bit of a dangerous spot there, but Delaware defensively able to clear that one with no pressure. Ball rolls between a couple of defenders, ultimately finds its way back to Connor Sexton in goal, who will pick it up and roll it out to Cooper Solomon, number 15. Bit of a defensive trip up there for Delaware Rising, leads to a DONAU Mansfield goal very early on here in the first half. Delaware Rising find themselves in a 1-0 hole. Only 6 minutes into the match, so still plenty of time. But we'll see if Delaware can come out. Maybe with some intensity to try and find a quick equalizer. Owens picks the ball up. He sends it forward looking for Evan Scott, but unfortunately just finds the foot of a defender. Ball comes back. Evan Scott picks that one up in the midfield as Delaware will try once again to find a path forward as Landon Kuhn gets that on the near sideline. Kuhn will carry it. He'll send it forward looking for number 7, Jeremy Hermiller. Not quite able to find him. Almost did in a very roundabout way. But DONAU coming back forward into the attack. So open space, an open shot, parried away by Connor Sexton. Delaware clears that one out of play for a throw-in. DONAU had a pretty open look at goal there. Had the attacker had a shot, but Sexton ultimately able to knock that one away. But Delaware will need to find some more of that defensive magic as they face a throw-in deep in their own defensive zone. Cooper Solomon will clear that one out for the moment. Not completely out of danger just yet. Ryland Owens has the ball with a little bit of open space, but that space quickly closes as he passes it back to Brown, who sends it all the way back to Sexton. Delaware with a lot of defensive passing. Just trying to find some open space to try and move the ball forward. So they do finally have some space as that ball comes forward. Mason Morris carrying it up along the far sideline. Carries it into the box himself. Looking for some space to try and cross it. Finally has a couple of defenders who crash in on him. And DONAU will pick that one up and start moving up forward on the attack. A lot of open space there. Cooper Solomon giving a challenge. Some open space that Mansfield had. Solomon closed the gap a little bit, but they also did shove the defender or the attacker to the ground, but the referee swallows his whistle and just signals for a corner kick for DONAU, their first of the evening. Corner kick comes high into the box, falls to the ground. Delaware able to clear it out. Kuhn has the ball with a couple of defenders in tow. Finally turns around, sends it back a little bit. And he will drop it back to his defense to try and set up another attack out of the back. Evan Miller has it. He switches it up, sends it over to the near side to Ryland Owens. Owens carrying the ball with a little bit of space. Loses it for a second, but is able to tap it over to Alex Brown, who will send it back to Sexton. Ball played forward. Mason Morris giving chase on the far side. Has a couple of guys running up alongside of him. Tried to pass it into the box to Jeremy Hermiller, but was unable to make the connection. DONAU moving the ball up through the midfield. Evan Scott, good work there to get an interception. As Landon Kuhn has a little bit of space. He passes it forward, looking for Jeremy Hermiller again, just a little too strong. So that one will roll all the way back to the keeper. Ball comes to the near sideline. Owens had it in chase for a second. Delaware finally able to pick that one up themselves. Good attempted pass through the middle from Hermiller to Kuhn, and Kuhn ultimately gets it over to Mason Morris. Morris sends it forward again, looking for Jeremy Hermiller, but just can't quite make that connection. As DONAU will send that one upfield into the Delaware zone. Sexton will get that one on his foot inside the box. Send it far side to Solomon. Solomon finds Conrad on the far sideline as that ball will roll out for a DONAU throw-in. Evan Scott looking for an out pass. Drops it back to Owens. Owens will switch it up by sending it over to Cooper Solomon, who will send it up to Kuhn along the far side. Kuhn sends it to Hermiller, who sends it back, who passes it over to Evan Miller. Evan Miller up to Evan Scott. Scott with the ball just outside the box, makes a couple of good moves. Open space, he finds Jeremy Hermiller. Jeremy Hermiller gets it to Kuhn. Kuhn trying to find some space to make another pass, but the DONAU defender there to knock that one away as they will carry the ball up on their own attack. Evan Scott will get that pass from Connor Sexton. And he'll drop it back to Brown as Delaware will look to build up an attack. Mason Morris has the ball coming through the midfield. Delaware has certainly had quite a bit of possession so far in this first half, but just haven't really quite been able to make a lot happen outside of their defensive zone. Solomon passes it forward to Kuhn. Kuhn very deftly sends it forward to Mason Morris. Mason Morris with a little bit of open space tries a shot on net, but that one will roll wide right. Out for a DONAU goal kick. The rain has held off so far this evening. We kept a very close eye on the weather as the day progressed. There were chances of storms around the start of the game, but so far it has held off as it seems that the storms will start rolling through a little bit later, so hopefully we'll be able to get the game in without any weather delays. The temperature was about 75 degrees or so at the start of the game. This definitely is a light breeze, so you can certainly tell that there's some weather coming in as Evan Scott has the ball coming up along the near sideline, but he'll lose possession. Into the 18th minute. Now Delaware rising in a 1-0 hole at the moment. Trying to find some open space to try and find that early tying goal. As that ball is switched up to the far side. Ball crossed into the middle. Ryland Owens there to head that one away over the end line for a Mansfield DONAU corner kick on the near sideline. Their second corner kick of the evening. The corner kick comes low outside the box to number 19. A little bit of open space defensively. Shot taken, but Sexton able to kick that one away for a second. Ultimately finds its way back to another DONAU attacker who will have another shot, and Sexton able to clear that one away again. Good couple of saves there from Connor Sexton. So we will pause for a second for our first substitution of the evening as Delaware rising Number 27, Asher Bridenstine, will come off in exchange for number 72, Seth Barrett, getting his first minutes of the game. Jackson will roll that one out to Cooper Solomon. Solomon will pass it forward to Conrad. The recent substitution, Seth Barrett, will get a touch on it and send it back to Connor Sexton. Barrett got to the ball, but it's slipped. That ball is cleared upfield. Jeremy Hermiller in the vicinity, same as Landon Kuhn. As DONAU will push the ball forward. Ball finds its way into the box with Ryland Owens and a DONAU attacker in chase. So that ball rolls out for a goal kick. DONAU moving the ball forward. The rising defense struggling a little bit on that run of play as Kuhn back to cover. Will clear that ball forward all the way up on the near sideline. That'll go out for a DONAU throw-in. Mason Morris sends that one forward, looking for Jeremy Hermiller again. Ryland Owens comes up to steal that one away before it can move into the Delaware zone. Kuhn has it, passes it to Evan Miller. Evan Miller sends it wide to Mason Morris. Mason Morris looking for some daylight. Finds none. As DONAU will start moving the ball forward again. Ryan Miller passes the ball forward up to Mason Morris, looking for Mason Morris. But the DONAU defender gets to that one first. Ryan Miller passes to Landon Kuhn. Kuhn sends it out to Evan Scott. Evan Scott with a low cross into the box. Gets the ball back. Crosses it again. Hits Jeremy Hermiller in the back. As that one will roll over to the keeper, who will pick it up and roll it out to restart the attack for DONAU. Another pause as DONAU will make a couple of substitutions. Past the halfway point of the first half, Delaware still behind 1-0 on a early goal from Mansfield DONAU within the first 10 minutes of the game. Referee will stop play there. Landon Kuhn maybe a little too physical with the defender. Shoved him in the back as the referee will give DONAU a free kick. Delaware with the ball in their own defending zone again, looking to start an attack. Another pause as Delaware will make a couple of substitutions. Number 7, Jeremy Hermiller. Number 5, Ryland Owens will come off for the time being. Looks like Cody Lumbey will come on. As well as number 2, Brent Rader. A couple of personnel switches too, as Seth Barrett will move up into a forward position. On the far side, Harrison on, another recent substitution for Delaware. We'll have a throw in along the far side. Number 21, Cody Lumbey, another recent substitution. Harrison on will take the throw in right in front of the Delaware Rising bench. So Delaware will have the ball back to their own defense as they try to build something up. Maybe sense a little bit of frustration as they try to build up an attack, but have just maybe not quite had the clean, crisp passes that they would like to see as you're trying to build an attack, especially playing down a goal. That ball will be cleared out by number 2, Brent Rader, out for a DONAU throw in, just inside the 18-yard box, just about parallel or even with that. DONAU with a few players up for an attack, tries to cross the ball into the box, but number 6, Alex Brown, is there, intercepts that cross and clears it out. That ball headed up, back all the way to Sexton, who will catch that one. We'll pause for a second to kind of let guys get upfield a little bit before rolling it out to number 15, Cooper Solomon. Ball forward to Landon Kuhn, who will play it forward, looking for Brent Rader just a little bit behind him as that one will roll out for a DONAU throw-in. Into the 32nd minute now. Delaware still looking for a goal of their own to match the goal from DONAU. DONAU with a short throw-in. Kuhn will pick that one up, carries it into the box, has a right-footed shot over the outstretched hands of the keeper. Landon Kuhn with a little bit of personal magic to find the first Delaware Rising goal of the evening to even this one up at 1 goal apiece. Landon Kuhn, one of a handful of standout players from the win on Saturday against Stark County with a couple of assists. Finally gets a goal of his own this evening. Which is of no surprise. Kuhn is a very important linchpin of this Delaware Rising attack. And if he's scoring goals and getting assists, usually good things happen. Harrison on, quickly taking the throw in, as that one will be knocked out of play, off last touching Barrett. So DONAU will have a throw in of their own. Ball comes off the attacker's foot where Kuhn will pick it up. Send it all the way back to the defense, back to Alex Brown. Brown sends it forward to Miller, who will send it back to Solomon. A little bit of back and forth between the defense and the midfield. Trying to string together a few good passes. Couple of Delaware defenders giving chase. Referee finally stops play. gives a warning to number 16, Evan Miller. Ryan Miller. gives a official warning to Ryan Miller. I keep saying his name incorrectly. It's Ryan Miller, not Evan Miller. So DONAU will have a free kick at about the 41-yard line. Couple of substitutions incoming for Mansfield DONAU before the free kick. Referee signals for the restart of play. The kick is taken shortly. As DONAU will have a little back and forth as they try to set up an attack. That ball sent forward. Out for a DONAU throw in on the near sideline. Bit of a heavy touch. As Delaware will take possession. Evan Scott coming along the near sideline between a couple of defenders. Slows up a little bit, looking for some help. He finally sends it over to Mason Morris. Mason Morris looking for some open space. Has a right-footed shot that rolls all the way up to the keeper, but not with a lot of power, so not too much of a challenge for the keeper to pick that one up. Delaware will get the ball back again. Cody Lumbey passes the ball between the legs of the defender over to Kuhn. A little bit of back and forth between Kuhn and Lumbey. Kuhn crosses it over, finds Evan Scott. Evan Scott takes a shot from just outside the box, deflects off the defender just on the touchline side of the flag. So Delaware Rising will have a throw-in near the corner. Oh, my apologies. It was not a throw-in. It was a corner kick. So Landon Kuhn will line up to take the corner kick in the near corner. Kuhn puts his hands up, swings the ball into the box, finds Cody Lumbey on the other side. Cody Lumbey got ahead to it. Not quite enough to send it back into a dangerous spot for Delaware Rising, as DONAU was able to clear the danger. Send that one out for a Rising throw-in. Under 10 minutes to go in this first half. Score is still is 1-1. On a 33rd minute goal from Landon Kuhn. Raider has the ball on the near side, passes it forward. Good move there by Mason Morris to shake his defender, crosses into the middle. Some open space, he finds Landon Kuhn. Kuhn unable to turn and have a shot, as DONAU will bring the ball up in a lot of open space of their own. Raider with a tough challenge from behind. No card given, but it drew a whistle. Certainly a very hard challenge from Raider there. So DONAU will set up with a free kick about 5 yards or so outside of the box. Delaware sets up a wall. Shot is taken, but it flies over the crossbar. Hits the high jump pit sitting behind the goal. That one will be out for a Delaware Rising goal kick. And Sexton will restart play of his own volition. Couple of back and forth passes between Sexton and his defenders. Finally sends it up to Raider. Alex Brown will send it up looking for Kuhn in the midfield, but of pushing and shoving in the midfield between Kuhn and the DONAU attacker. Ball rolls out for a DONAU throw-in. Taken very quickly, trying to find maybe a little bit of daylight for an open shot, but unable to find one. Kuhn giving the attacker some fits. Good slide tackle there by Rader, as that ball finally will roll out of play for a Delaware throw-in. Rader will throw it all the way back to Sexton. We'll pass it forward to Brown. That ball will be cleared forward out for another rising throw-in. Evan Scott will have that one right in front of the camera. Throws it short to Rader. Rader over to Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller will send it across field on the ground. Over to Harrison on, who tries to play it forward looking for Barrett, but not able to make that connection. Good slide tackle there by Cody Lumbee. Ball gets up to Kuhn. Kuhn plays it forward. Mason Morris almost stole that one away from the defender, but the defender was able to pass that ball to a teammate before Morris could take the ball away from him. Ooh, Seth Barrett giving chase on that slow backwards pass, but Barrett unable to find the open space. Another pass that Barrett nearly gets to. He does get to. The defender tried to clear that one away, but it deflected off of Barrett with a very strong kick, and in the attempt to clear that one, as DONAU will carry that one along the far sideline. Delaware able to get back to prevent that attack from moving forward. Attempted pass from DONAU. Draws a whistle from the referee for offside. The side judge on the far side raised his flag after that deflected pass, or blocked pass. So Sexton will set up to take the free kick just outside of the 18-yard box. Play pauses as the referee ensures that everyone is set up before play restarts. Brown has the ball. He sends it back to Sexton. Sexton plays it forward again to Brown. Brown up and across finds Mason Morris. Conrad passes it back to Cooper Solomon. Rader on the near sideline calling for a pass. He's got some space. He wants the ball. Lumbee obliges. He finds Rader just for a second. Attacker for DONAU making a mad dash forward. Finally runs into some opposition. Ooh. Cody Lumbee. Evan Scott over to Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller plays it forward. Good one-touch pass there from Morris to find Kuhn. Kuhn sends it up to Evan Scott. Evan Scott with a couple of moves and a little bit of traffic. Unable to find the space that he was looking for, as DONAU will continue pushing forward as that Challenge will draw a whistle from the referee. The now player falls to the ground. Referee signals for a foul, no card. And DONAU will restart into stoppage time at this point. Delaware. Ooh, good block there by the defense. Good block. I didn't quite see who exactly blocked that final shot, but that will conclude our first half. Delaware Rising with a 33rd minute goal from Landon Kuhn find themselves in a 1-1 draw as we close the first 45 minutes. Make sure to hang out. We will return in about 10 or 15 minutes or so for the second half. We'll see what Delaware Rising can string together, see if they can find another goal. Stay tuned for the second half action.
Before we get our main event back underway, we want to say thank you to our sponsors who made this 2023 season possible. We do have sponsorship opportunities available for this season and next, so reach out if you'd like to support your local soccer club and generate some buzz about your business.
At 8, so I was there 4 hours. And I was here at 10 in the morning. I had another 9 o'clock yesterday. I was in the afternoon. Stay with me. Yeah, 9 I'm going to bed. 9 0.01 it's gone. And then 2:30 I woke up and I'm like, okay. So my biological clock was going, okay, you have to wake up because it's time. 6 hours later, oh, it's 8:30, so I was late. Well, I went to see the guys I go sleep. I was glad to do something. Good. Watch. Team excellent. No, it's nice to see. We have,
I know, that's what I'm thinking. It's gonna be close.
yeah, tonight, 10 o'clock. I thought it was here in America, but it's in El Salvador. Yeah. Las Vegas? No, El Salvador.
I know that Washington. It's on the Paramount Plus network.
Okay.
But it'll be on.
Oh, Las Vegas.
It'll be on. They sell.
Oh, okay. Oh,
They offer here, so I don't watch it. I know what's happening.
Yeah. So how was it again?
It's okay. Things are very tough.
You lost some players.
Some players. Couple we weren't. We won 7. This year, very seniors.
Still one team.
3.
3 years. 3 teams.
Everybody else.
Oh, okay, between. Yeah.
Very small. Effectively being reserve team. First team schedule.
Yeah.
We'll see. Some of the newer ones are still
They've played on a field this size, but 50 pounds lighter than what they were on.
To be smart.
They've had to So did you get to meet Andrew last year? Did he show up for you? My assistant. I can't tell who's he.
Lucy,
She has a daughter. They're pregnant. Yeah, I don't know. You seen her?
I saw things on Instagram. No, I only job. Because I was emailing him and saying, if I go on Instagram, it's fast, eh?
Because they maintain some team
Yeah.
that I personally
No.
but she might be.
Yeah, she has WhatsApp. She WhatsApp me. Hey, well, yeah, I took my own. This phone doesn't have internet here, so I bought another phone. Which has internet, only internet for Google Maps. And also, I didn't have Google Maps. I drove and got lost. But it's not. It's a UK number. I bought a SIM card for USA and I got a UK number. So it's not. I'm not sure it's sending messages.
There's my problem. There we go. Good enough.
Yeah? The food is on it? Oh, yeah.
Just put her account for the teams.
Don't have to.
Thinking of getting rid of that little.
We went second in the league, so we went for promotion games. We lost the first one. And so we had to play the second one. And now promotion game. What we lost.
Hey, I thought it yours was long.
Yeah.
It's coming from China, so it's probably not authentic.
No.
It looks like it. It's one of the current.
The current ones? Yeah. Let's go.
No, it's
Yeah, very nice.
which I'm gonna do this guys.
I was thinking, well, we went to the store. Stadium?
I know.
Yeah, closed. So I texted a friend of mine who works at Feyenoord. He works at ticketing department. He said, yeah, there's no jersey available. I said, what? Get one out of the wash for me. No, there wasn't any. Because they are
Game
switching.
worn, yeah.
They're switching. Yeah. And then I went online. Because maybe sometimes they bring it the next day. But it was 9 to 10 days. But the address from directly from because it was worldwide delivery. And they were really cheap for if it was the original. I don't think so.
Well, the one I found was $20.
Yeah, that was 30. 34.
Like I said, it's probably going to be
Well,
standard jersey with
no,
the iron
but
on.
they look good because a friend of mine always buys from China and they look really good.
Welcome back for the second half. Mansfield DONAU taking the kickoff to start the second half. We'll see if Delaware can find another goal to break this tie. A couple of changes of note to start the second half. Number 33, one of the board of directors, Nathan Schwalik, coming on to play defense. Number 27, Asher Bridenstine, started the game, comes back on to start the second half. In midfield, he proceeds to play it out for Ryland Owens on the far side.
He's really good.
Delaware with a little bit of back and forth, side-to-side passing between their defenders and the midfield, looking to trying to find some open space to try and move the ball forward. Schwalik picked that one up, hits Bridenstine. Bridenstine forgot to re-plug in my microphone at the start of the second half. Either way, a couple of substitutions early on, or to start the second half. Number 27, Asher Bridenstine, comes back in. He started the game and starts the second half. Number 33, Nathan Schwalik, on in defense. Delaware had a couple of opportunities. They've been trying forward to set up an attack. Not quite able to find anything of yet. As Jeremy Hermiller receives that pass from Schwalik. That shot, pass, what have you from DONAU, blocked off of Cooper Solomon, rolls all the way into the near corner of the box where Connor Sexton will pick that one up, carry it forward before firing it upfield, looking for Mason Morris. That ball bounced around in the midfield. Ball goes into a little bit of no man's land as both Ryan Miller and Asher Bridenstine both collapse on the ball, but neither one of them commits to it, and DONAU picks it up. That play will be stopped for a second for a free kick. Ball played into the box where Owens corrals that one, sends it to Sexton. Ball played forward. Kuhn has it. In the midfield, Ryan Miller crosses the play near side to Schwalik. Schwalik looking for Mason Morris, but it taps off of the defender's foot. That'll be out for a throw-in. Play stops for a second from a whistle from the referee. Having a chat with one of the Mansfield players. Who will be subbed off before play restarts on the throw-in. Not quite sure what was happening there, but bleeding. Oh, wow. Sounds like it was a bit of a minor injury. Looked like the player was bleeding out of his elbow, so the referee made him sub off to get a little bit of medical attention. It remains to be seen whether he will show back up or not, as Delaware trying to press forward. Bridenstine. A little bit of a single-man effort. But the ball comes all the way back to Sexton. Sexton carries it forward himself a little bit before sending it up. Alex Brown sends that one up. Kuhn on the receiving end passes it to Jeremy Hermiller, who tries to find another teammate with some open space, but pass is intercepted by a Mansfield player. Ball finds its way behind Alex Brown for a second, but he's able to reorient himself and stop that attack. Referee signals for advantage. Mansfield player tripped up, which will finally draw a whistle from the referee. Mansfield will have a free kick that they take quickly in the Delaware end. Number 5 has a shot, but that one curls wide left, well off the goal. That'll be out for a Delaware Rising goal kick. Lando with a good pass into open space finds Mason Morris. Morris tries a right-footed shot. Had a good look, but that one out for a goal kick that DONAU will take very quickly. Solomon will pass it back to Brown, who hits Ryland Owens with a little bit of open. Owens trying to find Jeremy Hermiller through the midfield, but unable to make that connection. His play stops for a foul from Delaware Rising. Referee gives a warning to number 27, Asher Bridenstine. He's issued a couple of warnings so far, but no cards yet. Good work there by Ryan Miller to force a turnover as Delaware will try to move forward. Kuhn with the ball, pausing, trying to wait for some fellow attackers. Finally gets a few extra attackers as Delaware will try to find some open space to try and get a challenge on net. Ball passed into the box. Cleared out for the moment. Bridenstine picks that one up, passes it back. Still in the Mansfield side of the field, as Mansfield finally will take possession of that ball as they try and move it through the midfield. Some back and forth play so far in the second half. A couple of looks for both teams, but nothing of major consequence yet. As Mason Morris has that ball with a little bit of space. Passes it up to Schwalik. Schwalik making some moves, looking for an out pass. He drops it back to Solomon. Solomon will carry it forward into the middle, finds Bridenstine, who will send it all the way over to the far sideline to Ryland Owens. Owens with with Kuhn. Kuhn crosses that one into the box, into the middle. Nobody directly on the receiving end of it. Mason Morris will run into the corner to pick that one up. Loses it for a second, but Lumbee there to intercept the pass. Delaware maintains possession. Bring it out a little bit to try and start up an attack. Good pass there from Jeremy Hermiller. Hermiller over to Kuhn. Kuhn finds Lumbee. Miller with Miller. Ryan Miller popped that one up. Trying to find Kuhn on the other end. But the keeper comes up to catch that one before Delaware can make something happen. Ball played forward, finds Mason Morris for a second, but Morris unable to keep control of the ball and make something happen as DONAU will start moving back up through the midfield. Brown sends it forward, finds Landon Kuhn. Kuhn backtracking a little bit, who drops it to Ryland Owens. Owens will send it back to Sexton. Ball played forward. Kuhn giving chase on the far sideline. The defender is able to get to that one first and pass it back to his own keeper. Kuhn giving a valiant effort to try and chase that ball down. Good effort there offensively from Delaware Rising to force a turnover. That ball will be cleared out over the end line for a Delaware Rising corner kick. Their first one of the second half. Nearing the 60th minute. The corner kick is taken short. Morris has a shot that forces the keeper to palm that one away. That ball will roll over the end line for another Delaware Rising corner kick, this time on the far side. Good attempt there from Mason Morris to even put a shot on target to force a save. So Kuhn will line up to take the corner kick. Crosses the ball into the middle. Ball goes long as Schwalik gives chase. Pushes away a defender, passes it into the middle looking for Ryan Miller. But Miller unable to corral that one as DONAU will start trying to push their way upfield. Delaware back on defense. Short pause for a Delaware Rising substitution as Jeremy Hermiller will come off in place of number 72, Seth Barrett. Seth Barrett saw some time both up front and on defense in the first half. So he'll come in again as a forward. As DONAU will restart things on that throw-in. A bit of a light pass from Solomon. Almost turned over, but Delaware able to keep possession. DONAU putting some pressure on the Delaware back line to try and force a deep defensive zone turnover. Referee stops play on a whistle, which will give Mansfield a free kick from just about the 25-yard line. Free kick comes. Mansfield player gets ahead to it, but it pops over the bar. Out for a Delaware Rising goal kick. Couple more substitutions before the goal kick. Couple for Mansfield. Number 8, Evan Scott, will come on in place of Mason Morris. As Connor Sexton will set up to take the goal kick. Sexton plays that one up into the midfield, looking for Barrett. Mansfield trying to find some space, but Evan Scott there to force a turnover. A little bit of back and forth between Evan Scott and Cody Lumby. Ball pass forward. Seth Barrett got a foot to it for a second. Heavy touch, but the ball will come back a little bit. Referee signaled for a foul against Mansfield. So Delaware will have a free kick just on the attacking side of midfield. Cooper Solomon will set up to take the free kick. Kick comes, finds its way into the box. Kuhn on the other end of it. Kuhn tries to cross it into the middle, deflects off of the Mansfield defender. That'll be out for a Delaware Rising corner kick, their third now of the second half. Landon Kuhn will set up on the far side to take the corner kick. The kick comes high into the box. Breitenstein on the receiving end of it. Ball still pinging around in the box. Cleared away. Rolls out for a in the excitement of that corner kick, Evan Scott ended up at the bottom of a little bit of a scrum. He is up, walking around, but hobbled a little bit. As Referee signals for a drop ball as the Mansfield keeper will pick that one up and punt it forward. Ryland Owens giving some chase to the ball carrier. He got bodied out of the way at first, but good recovery and good work to stick with the play. Good slide tackle by Owens to send that one forward. But not completely out of danger as Mansfield still pushing forward. Defender has the ball. The ball finds its way all the way on the ground into the box. Just waiting for someone to get a foot to it. But nobody was there, and that one, Delaware finally able to clear that one. As Evan Scott coming up on the near sideline, gets shoved to the ground. Pleading for a whistle. Does not receive one. And on the other side, Mansfield will restart things on a free kick of their own. Sense a little bit of frustration from the home support as Delaware pushes forward. Cody Lumbie to Evan Scott. Evan Scott looking for Lumbie on the near side. That one rolls out for a rising throw-in. Couple of substitutions. A few substitutions for Delaware Rising. Ryland Owens will come off. Nathan Schwalik will come off. Looks like number 21, Cody Lumbie will come off. Evan Scott will set up to take the throw-in. Substitutions. It looks like number 54, Harrison on comes on in place of Schwalik. But when we see folks, I will let you know. Harrison on. The substitution who just came on with a bit of fancy footwork, turns and tries to fire a shot, which deflects off of the defender. That'll be out for a rising corner kick. Kuhn setting up to take the corner kick on the near sideline. Ball high and deep, but over and out without another Delaware Rising player touching it. That one will be out for a goal kick. The other couple of substitutions, number 2, Brent Rader came back on, and number 42, Mason Morris came back on. The ball deep back into the Delaware defending area as Connor Sexton will receive the ball, try to play it forward. Good fight from Landon Kuhn to try and keep the ball with Delaware. Signal from the referee that ball rolled over the touchline. That'll be out for a Delaware throw-in. On with a short throw-in back to Alex Brown. Sexton plays it forward looking for Evan Scott. Landon Kuhn hits Brent Rader. That ball will roll out for a Delaware Rising throw-in. Mansfield will make a couple of substitutions before play restarts. Just about 20 minutes left in the game. The score is still a 1-1 tie. Both goals coming in the first half. Throw-in comes back. Rader hits Mason Morris. Morris tries to pop it up and back to Rader. That'll be out for a Mansfield throw-in. Taken along the near side, the far sideline. Rader gets that one and sends it out for another Mansfield throw-in. The winds are starting to pick up again. No rain yet, not even any sprinkles. But you can certainly feel the wind picking up. You can tell something is coming in as Mansfield looking for some daylight through the midfield. Ball's crossed to the far side, then one touch crossed into the middle. Kuhn with a bit of fancy footwork to go to the defender to moving one direction before turning and passing over to Evan Scott. Seth Barrett giving chase on that upfield pass. Delaware Rising with a throw-in. Mason Morris takes it quickly. Seth Barrett with a powerful shot. Parried away by the keeper off the what looked like the football goalposts. Either way, it's out for a Delaware Rising corner kick. Good shot there from Seth Barrett to force a save from the Mansfield keeper. Kuhn will set up on the far side. Delaware with a lot of players in the box, hoping somebody can get on the receiving end of it. Only person got to it was a Mansfield defender. He's able to send that one out of the box. Not completely out of danger yet, as that ball rolls all the way back. Cooper Solomon will get to it. Pass it across to Alex Brown. Brown with a long pass forward finds Mason Morris. A bit of a one-touch pass up to Kuhn. Kuhn making some moves of his own, passes it forward. Looks like he was looking for Mason Morris, but Morris didn't start running. Good work there by Harrison on to come up. To keep that one in the Delaware attacking position. Good work by Kuhn to let that one go through. Mason Morris on the other end of it. Mason Morris fighting with the defender on the far side in the corner. Tries to cross it into the middle. Cleared away. Ball finds its way back to Mason Morris. An unfortunate bounce for Delaware Rising as Morris tried to fire that one off the defender, but it bounces back, hits him before going out of bounds. So it'll be out for a Mansfield goal kick. Mansfield moving forward, puts the ball into the box where Connor Sexton will give chase. Dribble it back towards the center before passing to Solomon. Solomon will pass it to Brown. Brown will carry it up a little bit before passing to Rader. Solomon sends it forward, hits Seth Barrett in the chest. Harrison on the near sideline. He'll drop it back to Lando Kuhn. Kuhn into the middle to Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller hitting Rader on the far side. Rader with a attempted cross into the box, but just a little wide. So that one hits the outside of the net for another Mansfield goal kick. Good look there offensively for Delaware Rising. Just missed that final pass. So Mansfield will restart things on the goal kick. Evan Scott drops it back to On before getting shoved to the ground. Referee's finally seen enough, and he shows a yellow card. The first one of the match. He's had a couple of warnings, but only the first card shown so far this evening on the Mansfield defender, number 22. In the last 15 minutes of the game, we had very little stoppage time in the first half, only a few seconds. And so far, there's not been too much to indicate that there would be a big difference in this half. Is a little bit of a give-and-go attempt there between Mason Morris and Harrison On. Doesn't quite work out the way they want. Mansfield plays it forward where Alex Brown will get to that one before any fellow attacker can get to it. Sends that one out for a Mansfield throw-in. Short throw taken. Mansfield maintains possession. Looking for a little bit of open space as Kuhn gives challenge. Delaware not quite able to start moving things back their way. Still forced into the defense. Parried away by Mason Morris on the defensive end. Brent Rader giving chase on the far sideline, not quite able to get to the ball. Seth Barrett giving chase as Mansfield moving the ball in and out in the midfield, looking for some daylight. Number 4 with a near angle shot. He hits the back of the net. 11 minutes and some change left. Delaware finds themselves in a 2-1 hole. They found a tying goal in the later stages of the first half. They'll need that again to draw even. 79th minute. Goal from Mansfield. Unbreaks the tie. As Landon Kuhn will set up in the midfield to restart things. Ryan Miller gets that one back and forth between Miller and Kuhn. Mason Morris giving chase on the far sideline. Referee whistles, shows a yellow card to Mason Morris. So Delaware and Mansfield with a yellow card apiece. So Mason Morris will need to be careful moving forward through the later stages of the game to make sure that he doesn't put Delaware at a disadvantage. Delaware throw-in comes on the far sideline. And then an out. And Mansfield will have a throw-in of their own. Mason Morris making some moves into the middle, trying to find some space to try a shot. Ball careens off of a Mansfield defender. That'll be out for another Delaware corner kick. Kuhn trying to get everyone set up quickly. But he'll pause and give everyone a chance to get set up. He's got on the far side. Ball's popped up in the air, but not out of danger. Ball cleared away by the Mansfield defense. Out for a Delaware throw-in. Cooper will take the throw-in, a long throw, looking for Evan Scott, who once again gets shoved to the ground. Getting up a little bit gingerly. Throw-in comes off of another Delaware player, so we'll move up a few yards and Mansfield will repeat. Brown with finding on the near side. Ball knocked out of play. On will set up to take a throw-in. Finds Seth Barrett, but referee tells him to move back a few yards and then try again. Referee having some words with a few of the Delaware players, specifically Harrison on, signaling to the Delaware Rising bench for a substitution. Clearly, he said, clearly the referee heard something that he did not like from on, I guess. He shows him a yellow card. He didn't signal. He didn't pull the card out of his pocket, but he is writing something down in his notebook, so presumably a yellow card on number 54, Harrison on. It's been quite a frustrating game for Delaware Rising in a couple of facets. Recent developments there certainly not helping. As that ball crossed into the middle. Found the DONAU player, the Mansfield player for a moment, but he couldn't turn and have a shot as Delaware will try and move the ball upfield. Kuhn carrying it into midfield. Passes it forward, finds Mason Morris. Morris with a pass forward, he finds Rader. Rader with a sliding attempted shot. But the referee, the Mansfield keeper there to block that shot and corral it before any fellow Delaware player can pick up a rebound. Punts it forward. Delaware with about 5 minutes to try and get a second goal to draw this game back even. The ball comes out for a Delaware Rising throw-in as play will pause for a substitution. Number 2, Rader, will come off in exchange for number 5, Ryland Owens. Harrison on with the ball on the near side. Throws it in, finds, looking for Kuhn. He got the ball to him, but Kuhn unable to corral that one. Ryan Miller doing all he can to contain the Mansfield attacker. Attacker finally finds an out pass. His teammate has a shot, but that one sails over and out for a Rising goal kick. Fortunately, it takes a Delaware Rising bounce off of the bleachers behind the home goal. So Delaware is able to set things up quickly, since Sexton didn't have to waste time chasing the ball down. Sexton plays that one forward. He finds Ryan Miller. Delaware takes a long throw right in front of the Mansfield bench. Ball pops all the way back to about the same spot as the throw, and Delaware still with the ball. Owens, good slide there to keep the ball in play. Try and allow Delaware to keep things moving. Harrison on the near side. Has the ball, makes a good move. Has a tries a right-footed cross on the outside of his foot. That one bounces off of a Mansfield defender. That one will be out for a Delaware Rising corner kick. Under 2 minutes to go now, including any stoppage time. So Delaware running out of time to find a tying goal. Kuhn setting up to take the corner kick. Ball crossed, finds a defender who's able to head it away, but the ball's not out just yet. Signal from the side ref says it bounced off of Solomon before going out of play, so that'll be out for a DONAU throw-in. Intercepted there by Barrett. Ball rolls out, Delaware throw-in. Long throw-in into the box, looking for Cody Lumbee. Ball's cleared away upfield where Sexton comes up, playing way off his line to try and give Delaware just an extra attacker in some sense. Ball cleared away again by the defender. About 30 seconds and some change left. Play is stopped for a foul against Mansfield. Delaware Rising will have a free kick inside the attacking third, inside the final third. Just a few moments left into stoppage time, whatever amount there may be. Delaware potentially with a final chance to find their tying goal. Take a point away. Ball crossed in. Harrison on. Tries to turn and fire. But that one goes out for a goal kick. Did not see the signal from the referee of how much additional time there is, but certainly not a whole lot. So Delaware will need to make something happen very quickly. Connor Sexton comes up. Ooh, almost trips. Play pauses. Side judge had already signaled Delaware ball. A bit of pushing and shoving between the Mansfield and the Delaware players. It looks like the referee shows yellow. I didn't see. It looks like that was to Cooper Solomon, I guess. Could be a yellow to both teams. I don't know. He was standing between Cooper and the Mansfield player. Solomon seemed a little more perturbed by that call. But Sexton will take the free kick. He's looking for a Delaware player of any sort, but the ball just comes all the way back to him. He sends it forward. He finds Evan Scott, looking for Evan Scott. Just a little too strong. Keeper rolls it out. Mansfield just trying to kill time by any way that they can. There's been a lot of back and forth. Ball crossed. Mansfield player able to keep that and roll out for a Delaware goal kick. Delaware just about out of time. Seth Barrett sends it forward. Referee shows a yellow against someone on the Delaware team. For all the warnings and chattering and talk that we had in the first half, the referee has certainly not been shy about showing yellow this half. So it's now another yellow card against Delaware Rising. It's at least 3 for Delaware Rising, possibly 4. I didn't see if he showed yellow to another Delaware player, but certainly seems like things are getting a little bit out of hand at this point in the waning moments of this game. Referee blows the final whistle, signaling the end of the game. A very frustrating finish to the evening for Delaware Rising. Maybe a bit of a frustrating game overall. They certainly had their chances throughout the game, but ultimately unable to find a late game equalizing goal to go home with a point. We appreciate you hanging out with us this evening, albeit the result was a bit frustrating, a bit disappointing, but we appreciate you hanging out with me this evening. Our next match is this coming Sunday, June 18th. It is a doubleheader, actually, where both the Delaware Rising women and men's squads will travel up to Mansfield to take on Mansfield Leader Crons. So yes, they are playing another Mansfield team If the men's team have played 2 so far this year, they will be playing a third on Sunday. The first game will be the women's matchup. That game will kick off at 11 a.m. And the men's match will take place shortly thereafter. The listed start time is 1 p.m. But once we have official word, more concrete word, we'll let you know for sure when the time that starts. But both games should be streamed, so if you're unable to make the trip up to Mansfield, you should be able to check out the stream, be able to watch all the action for both the men's and the women's teams. Our next home game, I have to wait a little bit for that. That'll be Saturday, July 1st, as we flip the calendar from June to July. That game will be at 7 p.m. here at Buckeye Valley High School, as the Delaware Rising men's team will take on Ashland FC. That game starts at 7 p.m. right here on the Delaware Rising YouTube page and at Buckeye Valley High School. So if you are able to come out and watch in person, we'd love to have you. If you can't, you can still watch the game from the comfort of home. So make sure you stay tuned to the social media accounts. Make sure you stay tuned for all the upcoming updates and all the upcoming fun that we have for the rest of the season. As always, up the Rising, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.